Howdy, how you going? Well, I thought I'd do a quick live stream and say hi and answer some letters, and also I decided to try something different from Ether.io and try some trashy quizzes, like what would I really like in a relationship or some trash like that, because you know it's fun, no one's hurt by it. Let's see if anyone's here. Oh, howdy, good to see good to see you. Kathleen, hello Tuggle Pie, Chocho, Chili Town, hello Trevor, hello Firebreak, hello Gobby, hello Cat, hey Fanta, hey, please no sub, oh, I remember you, Tuna Fish Productions, and one of the first on Lisa, and hello to you PK, hello OSHA, okay, I can't keep up anymore, sorry. But howdy, thanks for dropping in. So yeah, so basically the plan today was I wanted to do some trashy quizzes and answer some letters, and obviously answer some questions from you, just you know for fun. My Sunday is normally my day off, which is Saturday your time, and I figured you know might as well do something fun with the community. Oh, Mal's from Caboolture, that's very close to me. Hello Jordan. Let's see. Screw Teen Titans Go. Well, indeed. I wonder if many people ended up seeing the movie. I didn't really investigate it much. Hello, Medicine Monday. Joshius Stroshius, welcome to Livius. Livus. Do a best Sony movies. Yeah, I would. Oh, G.I. Josh. Thanks, Wilderness. Yeah, I want to do a couple of best lists, actually. Just because of a couple of changes recently, I haven't really had the same time to put into them, and I'm trying to reach at least 100,000 at the moment on the main channel, and generally my best lists, it takes quite a while to reach that audience, so I figure maybe people prefer worse lists, I don't know, because I don't like to be constantly negative either, that's why I try and push some positivity into it, but into worst lists, but eventually I definitely will get to some of them. I want to start doing some worst and best quick lists, so you know you can have kind of the best of both worlds. Oh, Grace is from Australia too. Does anyone hate Steven Universe fandom? Anime boy, I think it's important to remember though that there's a lot of the people in the Steven Universe fandom community are lovely people, really lovely people, because there's always going to be a bad minority in anything, whether it's religion, atheists, organizations, any organizational group you can think of, there's going to be a bad minority. They don't necessarily represent the organization, but they are bad people, and they unfortunately can set a bad example for everyone else. So just try to remember that that's not the majority with Steven Universe. Well, in my opinion, anyway. And yes, here's the mail, it never fails, it makes me wanna wail, mail! I can never do that well. I actually originally did a take of that in Booze Clues, but it turned out so cringy, I was like, no, I can't do this. Anyway, I'll answer the first letter. So this one is from Adam. Let's see what Adam has to say. He's in America. So, it's on a small folded up piece of parchment. Let's take a look. So, oh, we've got something here. This is a long letter. Okay. So apologies if I do summarize a bit, Adam, just so everyone can kind of enjoy it. I'll try and give a summary. Dear PhantomStrider, your videos have taught me how cartoons work. I am 18 years old and I'm thinking of making my own cartoon. Which networks should my own cartoon get picked up by? Well, it really depends. That's a very vague question, Adam. It depends what your cartoon's about. If you just simply want a foot in the door, a good place to start might be Adult Swim. They take pitches and ideas, I think, on a weekly basis. But I've heard from feedback from people they can be kind of jerks. Oh, hey, Christy. Yeah, it's a very vague question. Thanks, Fanta. Yeah, apologies, it is quite late. I wanted to do a live stream, but I kind of saw Anime America's live stream, and I was like, oh, I want to see that too. So I ended up doing that before this, and yeah, I got up late for breakfast and stuff. Also, I saw Infinity War, but no spoilers to anyone in the chat, because we all know there's a big spoiler at the end, which is a real shock, and you need that jaw-dropping effect when you see it. But I would be curious of, just without any spoilers, people's overall opinion of Infinity War. You know, what they thought of it. Anyway, 21st century, my South Park's decline, getting more views. Um, I don't think I think Adam, even if South Park is considered to be in decline, I don't think it's getting that many less views, and that partially may be because TV views are going down because less and less people are watching TV. More and more people are watching online stuff. Oh, I'm glad to hear someone loved Infinity War. May I suggest next time, Adam? Thank you very much for the letter, but maybe make it a little bit smaller just so I can read as much as I can of it. It's YouTuber's version of Breadwinners. Anyway, thanks for reading my letter. Why don't you do standalone mailbox videos anymore? Do this and include this letter too. Sincerely, Adam. Well, good on you, Adam. Which Disney sequel are you looking forward to in these 2 years for 2018? Inside Out. I'm really looking forward to that one. Or Frozen 2 or Toy Story 4 would be incredible. Or Wreck-It Ralph 2. In fact, most of them I'm looking forward to. Thank you very much for saying the letter in, Adam. I'll read the rest of it later. Really appreciate that. And we'll just quickly check for some questions. Jay says, I also hate Brian Griffin. Christy says she's really tired from work. That's understandable. Nick. I have sold in a massive collaboration with a bunch of people, including, yeah, alright, oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Robin was talking about, she sent me a copy of that, the one she was working on, yeah. Let's see. Oh, hey, Connor. How you doing? In the early years of my life, there was a British children's series I watched over and over called Kipper. Kipper, you're always introducing me into new stuff, new cartoons, Connor. Let me just double check that. Kipper the dog. Gee, yeah, this one does look familiar. Oh, sorry, there's an ad. Of course, I've got to see an ad. I should probably, well, I don't have that. That's on my Phantom, but I do here. Yeah, it was a bit like Spot, wasn't it? Gee, the animation was so smooth, wasn't it? That's a very unusual one. Yeah, it's like a lot of the British cartoons, isn't it? It's quite creative. It's quite it's more about anamorphic. It's not so much about catering to the kids. I like that. Kipper, I love that show. Oh, okay, so a few people have heard of that. Have you watched any Gundam series? Sorry, JD, I haven't watched much of Gundam at all. I know it inspired a lot of stuff as well, but I never really got into the series myself. I don't know, robot mechs never really interested in me. If it wasn't for all the psychological crap happening in Evangelion, I probably would have never picked up that one either. But yeah, I never really got into the Raz is really into mechs and stuff, though. He loved all the mech animes. You make me so happy when I have a bad day. Stay Shinista. Thank you, Fanta. Didn't even know it was British. Have you watched Camp Camp? I'm sorry, hey man, I still haven't watched Camp Camp yet, and people keep asking me to. I think it was produced by Rooster Teeth, wasn't it? That's what someone told me. I'll just try and see something I know. Do you play Xbox? Mal, the only game I played really on Xbox was Shenmue 2, which is, I actually specifically bought an Xbox to play that because I played Shenmue on Dreamcast, and as I said, I loved Shenmue when I was a kid, and I pretty much learned how to speak through Ryo Hazuki's interactions of going, "Excuse me, do you know about people from China? I see. Thanks." So, as I said in my video, I think it speaks a lot about the autistic brain and how we kind of learn and develop. And anyway, Howdy from Alpha. Howdy, Alpha. Good to see you. Didn't ask any questions, but it is good to see you, my friend. I'm currently working on Weirdest Spongebob, and if Alpha's up for it, I'd love to have him on there too. Alpha J Show. Oh, hey Alpha, yep. I love your videos from the few I've seen. Yeah, Alpha does some great stuff. He is very sincere, and I really appreciate. He isn't like all I'm the best and that sort of thing. He's got a lot of humility to him, and he also brings a lot of the other YouTubers together, which I think is so cool, because a couple of people have commented in the cartoon community that we don't really come together, and I've actually tried a few times, but a lot of them don't like me, so it's a weird thing. That's why sometimes I'll reach out to creators outside. Most of my closest friends on YouTube are outside of the cartoon community of YouTubers, which is, I don't know. Let's see. Did you hear about the new SpongeBob movie? It was releasing in 2020. I didn't, Sharpie. I'll tell you how to pronounce cartoons without spelling. I'd certainly tune in for it, Sharpie. I'd love to see it. I wasn't that blown away by Sponge Out of Water. I kind of like the original a little bit better, but it was interesting. There was a bit too much filler, which bothered me. Oh, something from Grace Anderson has a message. He says, "Oh, you just sent a little super chat." Well, thank you, Grace. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Well, it's always nice to come on here. It's not specifically because I get super chats or anything like. It's actually, I don't know. This lets me engage with the community a little bit, and speak to you guys directly. Because when I'm getting kind of feedback where it's just from people viewing at some time in some place, seeing people directly like this, it's the community like this, it's really nice. Weirdo from Who Watches says, "Senpai, notice me." Well, hello, Weirdo Who Watches. Appreciate you tuning in. Have you seen Craig of the Creek? Is that promoted on UK yet? It's gotten a bit of promotion, but it's certainly not the major one on the lineup of Nickelodeon at the moment. Are you excited for Smash 5? Says Cokehead Maniac. Raz and I really loved the Smash games. We got into them quite a lot when we were younger, but I've kind of grown out of them a little bit, because I started with the original. I pretty much played it religiously, the original, and Raz did too, and Melee when I got my GameCube, and Brawl religiously for about 15 years, and finally we're kind of over Smash Brothers, so I think the new generations are going to love it, but I'm wondering if some people are kind of getting a bit tired of Smash by now. Do you think negative? Right. I don't really care what Mars has to say, Jordan. It doesn't really bother me. I don't watch his stuff. And at this point, I'm kind of just accept that I'm not really liked a lot by a fair few people in the community, and you just if you get bogged down by every single person that is nasty to you, you don't really take notice of all the people who are being friends with you. Like Alpha's been a great support to me. He's been really friendly and really supportive as well, and Robin from Anime America has been, Doug from Nostalgia Critic has been, Luigi Fan is a friend of mine. Like, I've got all these people behind me that are so supportive of me, and I think it's a disservice to them to be paying attention to the naggers and the people who don't have anything positive or constructive to say, but just got to say how crap I am. And it's one of those points you just got to say, it's just a silly job. If people enjoy it, they enjoy it. If they don't, they don't. You try and do the best you can with what you have. Something Magical says, "See, you need to go to bed." Oh, well, you have a good night, Magical. John Vinson, have you seen any of the Marvel Netflix shows? Because I recommend a few of them. Okay, John, I haven't tuned in for any yet. I'm so far behind, I apologize. Nez, don't have a SNES, don't have it. Alex has asked my thoughts on TMZ. I also loathe them. We are kind of... Our equivalent here in Australia is called, I think, Today Tonight. It's basically a show that's targeting scaring old people, and it's pretty revolting. I actually got out of public free TV when I was a teenager because those shows were on, and I pretty much only watched The Simpsons when I was watching free TV until eventually I got too cynical about it. I hated TV so much because it gave me such a bad opinion of society. So I think it was around the point I was becoming a misanthrope as a teenager. Anyway, off topic. So I don't like TMZ either, to answer your questions. Chocho Productions asks, "Are you and Mr. Enter friends?" Yeah, we chat on Skype sometimes. Sometimes we'll share opinions or trade opinions on a cartoon. Nice fella to chat with. Might eventually do a collaboration, but we don't always mold together well in terms of a collaboration, and we're great for discussing opinions, but we do very different styles, so maybe eventually, but there's not a big hurry with it. Let's see. Strider, nice to meet you. Adventures in England says, I'd like to ask you something about something. Have you ever seen Thomas and Friends? It's a children's TV show, one of my favorite shows. Please stop asking me about Thomas Friends. I haven't watched... I've watched a bit of Thomas the Tank Engine, but I haven't watched an extensive amount. But it really is popular in England. It must be one hell of a show. Like... Thomas the Tank Engine, I thought it was creative and stuff, but a lot of British shows, like the one Connor showed me before was, yeah, I just didn't have a great opinion of Thomas the Tank Engine, but every live stream I will be asked about Thomas the Tank Engine, so I guess clearly I should be watching it. Guitar strumming intensifies. Oh, Mr. Dinosaur dude, I'd love to see Enter on your channel. Well, you know, if he's interested. I think that what I originally had planned for him, which has kind of been sidelined, was worse morals in cartoons. But I don't know. It sounds too preachy, the title. So I've just kind of put it off until I can kind of think of something else. Hey, did you see Avengers: Infinity War? Asked Claire Carey. I certainly did. Yeah, I saw it last night. I had a real Oh, goodness gracious, that ending. I'm not going to spoil anything, and please don't spoil it in the comments for others who haven't seen it, but what an ending. Jeez. Like, it was such a downer. Like, I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying a lot of people die in this, like, it's not a real visceral, yeah, let's go beat the bad guy. It's like, no, this is going to happen. It's like the late Harry Potter movies in a way, like, yeah, so... sorry, Sky Senpai. I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying a few people die in this. It's yeah, and don't spoil it for anyone in the comments. Andrew Spartarella says, "What is your favorite video game?" I hate to say it, but probably The Sims 3 is the one I've poured the most hours into, and I'm not very proud of that. It's mainly because see you later, Grace. It's mainly because it's just a good Skinner box game full of lots of micro movements that completely kind of immerse me when I just want to take my head out of, just think about something else. Pocket asks, my nearest death experience. I've nearly drowned a couple of times. I've encountered a lot of nasty snakes, but they didn't kill me, obviously. And they didn't bite me, so, I don't know, have I been bitten by anything nasty? I've broken a few toes and stuff. I've thought I was going to die a couple of times, like when I thought a couple of weeks ago, it got really nasty lightning in the forest, and I was just at about the 11-kilometer point before turning around. Yeah, so I still had 11 kilometers to run through the mountains, and the lightning was just pouring, and like, the rain was just pouring, the lightning was flashing, and I thought I was going to get struck by lightning, so I actually sent out a signal to my family just telling them where I am, and kind of just telling them I love them and that sort of thing, so I was just like, and it gave me a nice little bit of reflection, though, because when you do have that experience, you're like, well, what's important to me? Well, I've done this and this, and I hate to say it, well, it's like, there was a lot of things that were really important to me, and, I guess that's a nice thing about those experiences when you don't die, obviously. When you don't die in these near-death experiences, they give you a little bit of reflection time and a bit of time to sort of look at what you most value in life. I had that when I went to the Navy and trained in the Navy as well. I found out what truly mattered to me and what I truly missed when I was cut off from civilization and communication, as is the custom in the military. Christy almost died in a tornado. That's horrible, Christy. I'm sorry. I heard the tornadoes can be really bad in America. It was actually what made me used to not want to go to America. Is the Super Smash Bros. Competitive scene large in Australia? Asked Captain Cartoon. I don't think so. Certainly not to the extent it is in America. I think Dota remains one of the biggest ones. Dota 2, was it? In terms of just how much you can earn from competitive gaming, but it's certainly not as big as it is in America. Majestic Pops Tart says, I've seen a snake, it didn't hurt me though, and my brother has been poked by a cactus before. Poked by a cactus, goodness gracious. I have a Sansevieria. It's not really a cactus, it's a succulent brand, but it gets kind of spiky on the edges. I don't think it's going to kill me, though. I just wanted to... I like showing off my... No, it's not a Sansevieria, that is an aloe vera. You can actually cut a piece off and rub it on your skin, and that helps with burns. Little fact if you have an aloe vera. I keep it... Oh, Alpha say something. Sorry, I must have missed that. Who's your favorite Ace Attorney character? Asked Kathleen. I love Phoenix Wright. I used to be a big fan. I really like Phoenix. Edgeworth... was it Edgeworth? Phoenix's friend, who is always on the other side, is good fun. Oh my god, I've forgotten all their names. In fact, I'm going to look it up very quickly. Phoenix Wright characters. Miles, yeah, Miles Edgeworth. Francisca was a lot of fun as well. Mia, Mia had some character, but her chesticle area was just so there all the time, and I don't, obviously, you know my thoughts, that's fine and everything, but like, it kind of detracted from the seriousness of the game, because you're always seeing what feels like a kind of a pervy angle of her upper chest, so it's like, I don't know, that always detracted from Mia as a character. Maya, she's fine, I thought she was alright. Godot was good fun, he was the one with the mask and, who always drank the coffee. I never liked Keisuke, the detective, very much. Athena was really cool. She was the one who came in later in the first one. She was kind of the other scientist girl. Anyway, most people probably don't understand this. Pikachu G says, "Hi Strider, I'm back." Hello, welcome back, Strider. Pikachu G. Welcome back, Pikachu G. Meant to, sorry, just... let's see. What is your favorite Miraculous Ladybug episode? LP Undertale and Barbie South Park asked that. Gee, that's a tough one. I guess the whole series kind of molds together for me as just a nice experience. Like, I'm always so kind of caught up in the scenery and colors and CG that I don't really, it's funny, with the Miraculous Ladybug, I don't remember the plots that much. I just kind of remember the process she goes through. It's just like a warm experience. It's like being wrapped up in a blanket when I watch, Miraculous Ladybug. John Vincent says, Thanos, ugly barnacle. He was so ugly that everyone died. The end. Well, that wasn't exactly what happened, but he was rather ugly, John. Let's see. Let me just go down to the bottom. Are you watching any anime this season? Nothing at the moment. I've mostly been watching Spongebob at the moment, because that's going to be my next list, weirdest Spongebob. And if you do have any last minute suggestions for weirdest Spongebob, feel free to mention them here, and I'll notice them. I'll put them in. Ronnie Creekside says, "Notice me, senpai, please." Hello, Ronnie. Howdy. I certainly do notice you. And the friendly comment detector says, "Hello." Howdy. Ivania says, "I'm back." Christine Gordy says, "Hey everyone." Gabe the Gen says, "What do you think of the current cartoon scene? Is it any better compared to how it was last year?" Alfa'd probably be a better one to ask about that. I'm not really sure if I could... some of my favorites have been and gone, with Adventure Time ending and Steven Universe coming to its ends. Those are two that sadden me, they're coming to an end. I haven't kept up as much with Star vs. Force of Evil Season 3, but people are saying that it's detracted a bit in quality, and a few people are disappointed with the ending. Overall, I think it's fine. SpongeBob has gotten a lot better, and that represents a large share of kind of the cartoon universe. With the original creator returning, it's gotten a lot better, so I'd say the cartoon scene's okay. There's nothing that's blowing me away at the moment, except obviously Steven Universe, but I've been saying that for years. You all know that by now. Let's see. Anonymous Snake says, "I was completely dehydrated as a little kid, and as a result of me not drinking, when I had a chest infection, I watched the whole first 4 SpongeBob seasons that week." Well, that's no good, Anonymous Snake. It's awful when we have bad immune systems when we're a kid. Like, the worst sicknesses are always when you're a kid. By the time you get into your 20s, you don't get sick that badly that often, and very rarely. You've just got a much better immune system. let's see. All your thoughts. I haven't watched much of Attack on Titan. Sorry, Alexis. Let's see. Oh, I've got a super chat from Zol the Great. Zol the Great says, "Who's best pony?" And if you're not a fan of My Little Pony, say BoJack Horseman. I can give you my opinion on both because I'm a fan of both. I really like Pinkie Pie. I like Fluttershy. I find a little bit too. She's a little too shy and sensitive. I guess I've known a few people like that in my life, and maybe it hits a few sensitive spots for me. I would say Pinkie Pie is probably my favorite. I mean, she can be a bit overbearing, but I love the fact that she's just always having fun and setting up parties and stuff. I love the probably my favorite episode is where she collaborates with I was gonna say Weird Al, but it's Cheese Sandwich. That was one of my favorites. As for BoJack Horseman, I'd probably say Princess Carolyn is probably my favorite character. She's the one I can kind of relate with the most, I guess, because she's always just, I don't know, she's so, not just a workaholic, but she's so ambitious and driven, and she's always picking herself up. I really don't like how she handles the situation with her boyfriend and her pregnancy in the 4th season. I thought, it's like, I don't know, it seemed very quick to just randomly throw them apart, even after all the time they'd spent together, so I was sort of meh on that. And a super chat from Ethan and Mac, the Dream Team. They asked, "What are your thoughts on Phantom of the Opera?" You know, you'd think I'd know much about this one, but I thought it was a really good opera. I think it's a really good story. I like how, I guess I kind of relate to Phantom of the Opera, and that, you know, at one point I burned my face really badly, and it looked like I was going to have to wear a mask. Ironically in the forest, where I do all this stupid crap to myself. Yeah, my face managed to recover, but I guess that would have been an interesting addition. You can actually see my burned face in parts, I think in Best Forgotten Cartoons, you can see that my face is actually kind of scarred and calloused. So, yeah, I liked the overall story, though. I think it's a nice recluse story of a person who wants love. I don't necessarily agree with everything Phantom of the Opera did, but yeah, I'm quite a fan of the story. Let's see. Favorite episode of SpongeBob? Well, that's the magic question, isn't it? I've been watching a lot of best SpongeBob episodes, like Chocolate with Nuts is a really common one, and a whole bunch. But yeah, I don't have a specific favorite at the moment, and if I do, I'll obviously reveal it in Best SpongeBob's. And anyway, I will jump into some other questions. And thank you for the message, Ethan. Oh, that's adorable. Hey, Strider, would you say is the best Disney princess? My top 3 would be Mulan, Belle, and Rapunzel. I think those are good choices, Tamara. Tamara Pacina. One of my favorites would be Mulan as well. Belle, definitely one of my favorites. I like Anna. Anna, I think, is a good princess. Oh no, she can't. Yeah, I'd say Anna. I know it sounds cliche, but I am a fan of Frozen, so I did like her. Do people talk loud when they want to act smart, right? I don't know. People normally talk loud when they normally... We're breaking kind of a standard internet etiquette when we talk in caps. Let's see. Do you have a bunch of orange shirts or just the one? I have about 2 of these red shirts. I found them when I was... My dad and I spent about a year looking around for a shirt that was just right, and even this one I don't feel is just the right shade of orange. I think it comes out quite orange on my camera, which is what I wanted, but it's actually more bright reddish orange, as you can probably see here. And yeah, I've kept 2 of them, and when we found it, we were just like, yep, this is as close as we're gonna get. This is, I don't know, what I want for my channel is for me to wear something bright and not loud, but just welcoming and bright and pleasant, you know, so that's why. Yes, Super Mario Daniel, I do like Sesame Street. In fact, I keep on thinking of doing a Darkest Kids Shows list, which sort of would talk about, yeah, some of the episodes of Sesame Street that were, it's like George did, now that I think about it. He did kids shows that deal with serious issues, so if I do, I'll probably invite him on board, if he's interested. Favorite SpongeBob movie? Probably the original as Zixi Gaming. I think the original was probably my favorite of the ones I've seen. Do you have Big Al is Angry Birds vids? Do you have a least favorite Dreamworks movie? I would say, let's see, Dreamworks movie. My least favorite would be, because it would be a good list. Worst Dreamworks. I, no, I liked Ants. Ants was okay. Maybe Shrek 4D, or Shrek 4D if that can be considered a movie. Shrek 3 I was pretty average on as well. Shrek 2 was probably my favorite of the Shrek movie. Shrek 1 I was meh on. It was okay. It was a bit too spiteful to Disney. I hate to say it, but everything was trying to just say how much they hated Disney, which is understandable because Katzenberg, who runs DreamWorks, who founded DreamWorks, was originally a Disney guy, a very talented Disney guy that was fired. So there you go. And we have a super chat from Scornforce. He says, "I suggested this before on your Facebook, but maybe you could do a video or two listing the cartoon characters you feel you relate to or influence you the most. I'd love to see that." Actually, I did a fairly similar list to that, Scornforce, right here on LiveStrider, called my top 10 cartoon gaming heroes, where I talked about people from cartoons and games that really influenced me. People like Sonic the Hedgehog, Abe from Abe's Odyssey, Ryo from Shenmue, like I said before. So if you look at my top list, it's one of the first ones on LiveStrider main channel. And there are a few others, like Korra is one. I don't really relate to her character, but I'm just so inspired by some of the things she goes through in the story of Season 3 and 4 particularly. There are certainly a lot of cartoon characters out there who really influence me a lot, and influence the channel. Obviously, Steven Universe had a big influence as well. Let's see. Cameron, any thoughts on the Sonic movie coming out? Cameron, I hadn't even heard of this Sonic movie. Oh, and thank you, Schmorforce, for the question. I appreciate that. And the super chat, I appreciate that. I'll just quickly find about the Sonic movie coming out, because I would like to know this, both for my sake and Raz's sake. Okay, they haven't given much information, so it's coming out in 2019. Movie, something will star in a feature film, debut next year, according to Franchise Public See. I guess they've tried everything except putting Sonic in a movie. By partnering with Paramount Pictures, apparently. Movie expected to hit theaters November 15. They don't really tell us much about Sonic's movie, though. They just say, upcoming, which sounds a bit like an upcoming Detective Pikachu movie. Well, yeah, they don't tell us much. It's all speculation at the moment, so I don't really have much of a thought on that, sorry. Oh, we have a super chat from That Cheesy Bastard. Nice name. He says, "What's your favorite curse word?" Crap. I mean, when I hurt myself or something like that, I might, Jesus, Jeebus, Jesus, or Jesus C. You're not going to make me swear on the live stream, though. I'm not going to swear. No, there are certain words I won't say because I think they're so classless, like the CU word. I will never say that because I think it identifies the quality of the character of a person immediately. And I've seen it with a few people in the community. Not in my community, but never see people using words like that in my community. God, I'm proud of that. You guys are freaking awesome. I know that sounds like asking, but seriously, you guys are the thing I'm most proud of about the entire channel over the years. Just that, like, we do kind of, a lot of the community really, not a majority of the community really stands and seems to be, just of a strong character, and I really appreciate that. So I don't really have a favorite curse word, but probably one I will never use, even when I'm angry or get hurt badly or something, or I'm scared for my life, is the CU word. Like, that's classless. Absolutely classless. And 1 and 2, and, I missed, damn it, it moves too fast. A movie that has huge impact on me was Prince of Egypt, says Yuya Sakaki. I agree. Prince of Egypt by DreamWorks was I'm gonna say it's a good one. I don't... Again, I'm not a religious person, but just the quality of what was being shown was so good, and it didn't pull any punches. God did come in and off every firstborn child. It was really nasty for a 7, 8-year-old at the time to see. And I was like, it's funny. I like that they don't pull. It's brave to not hide those realities of what happened in the Old Testament. Realities, what they say happened in the Old Testament from children. I really appreciate that they don't shy from the truth. Spotlight. Oh, hey, Spotlight. What is my favorite guilty pleasure movie? Space Jam would be one of them. Is Back to the Future 3 considered a bad movie? Because I love the Back to the Future series. Yes, and no spoilers 3, please, for Infinity War. I'll leave that to you, Kentucky. Prince of Egypt is my aesthetic. Anonymous Snakes. I think the C word is fine as terms of endearment, but as an insult makes me very uncomfortable. I just can't imagine that word being used in endearment. It's used so... Whenever I hear it, it's used classlessly and pathetically. Like, you might... Even ironically by comedians, I think, is badly. So I'm not a fan of that word. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer the last letter. There was only 2 letters today, but this one is from our favorite moderator, Kentucky Wall Chicken, or Christy. Yes, hello, Christy. I'm going to answer your letter now. Thank you for waiting. Let's see. Oh crap, Buffer. Am I still here? Oh no, sorry. Well, to catch you up, I was just going to answer this letter. One sec, guys. Is everything going alright here? It's... Okay. Okay, is it working again now? Anyway, let's answer this letter from the moderator. Hello, Christy. Hi, Josh. Here is your gift from the Weird Al concert. I hope you like it. I sort of regret not asking for your t-shirt size, but hopefully you'll like this. It's an old backstage pass for one of his concerts. You can pull it off and stick it in your shirt or something, but I don't know if you'd want to do that, especially if you decide to get it signed in the future. I also hope you don't mind the color. They didn't have yellow available, unfortunately. Hope you like it. Your friend Christy. Oh, thank you, Christy. She recently went to the concert of Weird Al and saw him live. Oh, neat. Check it out. Does that show? Yeah. Weird Al Yankovic, Super Tour 85. Jeez. This was a long time ago. Weird Al doesn't age very much, does he? That's a weird part about him. Let's see. Nemagan says, "Oh my god!" Oh, and thank you for the letter, Christy. I really appreciate that, and thank you for the lovely pass. I'll certainly hold on to that. Thank you. How do you feel about the Teen Titans Go movie? Says Star. I'm completely no real thoughts on it because I haven't gone to see it and don't plan to. I also recommend you don't go see it if you don't really want to support it. And from my understanding in this community, a lot of people don't want to support it. Mr. Dinosaur says, Mr. Dinosaur Dude says, Weird Al is such a good guy in real life. Yeah, I've heard he's a lovely guy. I mean, he does a lot of collaborations and stuff, even with YouTubers occasionally. So obviously, you know, he cares about the scene, which you appreciate. Springtrap says, notice me, Senpe? Exclamation. Have you seen the Henry Danger cartoon yet? I haven't covered it in any detail, obviously. But I've seen reviews of it and that sort of thing, and I don't know, it's very out of my category. Well, no, it's not really out of my category. Maybe I should. Maybe I could fit in. I haven't. Is it any good? If it's really bad, I'd love to make a worse list with it in it. Let's see. Kathleen says, Senpai. Hello, Kathleen. Have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z Kai? This was my introduction to Dragon Ball, so I just want your opinion if you've seen it. I'm sorry, addicted to MC. I've seen Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT, and loved all 3. But yeah, I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z Kai much of. It was like a faster version, I believe, of Dragon Ball Z, sort of an abridged version. I will answer one of these quizzes, which I've had in the corner of my window for ages and haven't answered, so I'll do that now. How would your ideal partner... this quiz is about rate how much your ideal partner would like these things, and we'll reveal what you really need in a relationship. Now, obviously, this is trashy garbage that I just pulled up out of BuzzFeed out of nowhere, but I just thought it'd be interesting for us to go through and, even the trashiest of questions, you learn something about the person. So, how would your ideal partner feel about frequent vacations? I think they would be alright with it. They'd be mutual on it. I'm fine with, then again, I don't vacation much myself, and if they're always wanting, a little bit of a workaholic. How would your ideal partner feel about sports? I love running, so I'd say they'd be pretty obsessed with sports. Is this coming up on the live dashboard? Yeah, it is. How would your ideal partner feel about going dancing at the club? I wouldn't mind this. I don't go out dancing at the club much either. Like, I don't judge them about whether they want to go to the club or not, or whether they'd really enjoy it. Like, who cares? That's for them to do, and I guess I wouldn't mind being roped into that myself, actually, because that would get me out of the house and doing stuff, and I appreciate that about having friends and partners, because they can sometimes encourage you to do things. When I was with Steph, and she was doing comedian work, I would go down to support her at her comedy stuff. So when we were together, I would do that. So it was, yeah, and I enjoy going down the comedy scene and learning more about the comedy scene. How would your ideal partner feel about drinking alcohol? I'm a strict teetotaler, so I would say I'd want them to be too. It doesn't matter to me, though, if they drink a bit socially. That's not a big deal to me. Feel free to give your own feedback as well in the chat as I go through this trashy quiz. Take notes, ladies. Oh crap, we've got some problems with the live stream. One moment, I'll switch over to Panic. Alright, okay, it looks like we're good. Let's continue with this highly trashy, terrible quiz. Can you do top 10 Thomas episodes? Stop asking me about Thomas the Tank Engine, please. I don't watch Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm 29 years old and I've watched it for best kids shows, but I don't specifically watch Thomas the Tank Engine. And I think we've hit bad video output again. I apologize. Let's see if it comes through again. Okay, I think we're back online. I'm just going to keep doing this quiz and hope for the best. Okay, how would your ideal partner feel about eating meat? They'd love to eat meat. Because I've unfortunately had the experience of self-entitlement coming with dislike of eating meat. But then again, that's more when you get into the vegan category and stuff. And I'm not going to judge, because I have times where I don't like to eat meat either. And it's a very complicated subject. So, I just think when people become so self-entitled that they push their opinions upon others, saying meat is cancerous and meat is terrible and you're a monster if you eat meat, and meat is like the doing the apocalypse to animals and stuff. It's like it gets very ugly and very judgmental, and I don't feel the universe and the world is set up in a way where we have the right to be judgmental about people eating meat. If you have enough, we are so lucky that we have enough meat to go around that everyone can enjoy it. I just feel, and once we get that privilege, we're going to start getting angry at people for eating meat. Anyway, that is a complicated, sensitive subject, and hopefully people aren't too angry at me for discussing that, but yeah, they are absolutely fine to eat meat if they want. I'm going to put it about there. Oh, god damn the live stream, excuse my language, but damn it. Chat disconnected. What is going on here? I'm gonna have to finish up soon if it keeps going like this. Like, honestly, what are you complaining about, computer? How is this so difficult? Alright, let's give it a few more seconds, and then we'll try and we'll just have to close up. Oh, come on. Video playback interrupted? Ah, come on. Come on. Ah, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I wonder what's going on. Ah, goodness gracious. I wonder if it's still working. I wonder if anyone can see this. It's just kind of crashed. Curses. I wonder if anyone's still here. Hello? Nope, I lost everyone, understandably. Okay. Looks like I'm done. Apologies for anyone watching still. I didn't expect this to close down like this.